ISQD, Moneyless World, Digital Currencies, the Global Monetary System and Alternatives, the Transition to a Moneyless System of Qualitative Development. In the current economic discussion about global systems, the question arises as to whether the introduction of digital currencies as a complement to cash and non-cash payment methods, as well as to widely used cryptocurrencies, is appropriate. It is evident that digital money is not being introduced to supplement existing forms of money, but rather as an instrument for the gradual displacement of traditional means of payment, enabling the programming of financial flows and expanding control over human beings. The expression, "everything repeats itself only on a higher level," is traditionally associated with Georg Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel's dialectics and the Marxist concept of the negation of the negation. In classical literature, this is manifested as follows. 1. Hegel, in The Science of Logic, analyzes the laws of development through contradictions and the return to a new quality, which philosophically corresponds to the idea of repetition on a higher level. 2. Marx and Engels, in Dialectics of Nature and Ludwig Feuerbach and the End of Classical German Philosophy, describe dialectical development through the negation of the negation, in which the process repeats itself, but on a new, higher level. When this approach is applied to the cycle of socio-economic formations, classical Marxist theory assumes the following sequence: primitive society, slave-owning society, feudalism, capitalism, socialism, the first phase of communism. Communism is considered the highest stage, characterized by the disappearance of classes and exploitation without a return to slave-owning relations. Historical experience, however, shows that attempts to implement communism in the USSR, especially under the leadership of Nikita Sergeyevich Khrushchev, 1894-1971, first secretary of the CPSU Central Committee, 1953-1964, and chairman of the Council of Ministers of the USSR, 1958-1964, initiator of de-Stalinization, and the programmatic idea of building communism by 1980, led to systemic crises and the gradual collapse of the existing model. Ambitious plans for the accelerated development of industry, agriculture, and science aimed at creating material and social well-being for the population remained unfulfilled. From this and other examples, one may conclude that the system of quantitative growth has exhausted its potential. The exponential growth model required periodic restarts through crises and wars, the First and Second World Wars, and the systematic preparation for a Third World War. Unlike earlier epochs, modern humanity possesses weapons of mass destruction, which makes another global restart impossible. To maintain the old system of quantitative growth, when a restart is no longer possible, the global elites are forced to repeat the previous cycle of socio-economic development on a new technologically controlled level, a concept the author refers to as a digital slave-owning society. An alternative to this model is the transition to a global system of qualitative development with the introduction of a new socio-economic formation called Ampozelism, https://drymex.net, communismus, Ampozelismus. In this system, price-based evaluation is discarded. The focus is on non-value-based assessment of processes for creating material and immaterial goods. The creative potential of people is realized through their active participation in the creation of values. It follows that the central task is to free humanity from money and from the instrumental control associated with it, rather than to reform individual elements of the monetary system. Discussions about digital cash or non-cash payment methods, as well as cryptocurrencies, lose significance when the priority is placed on completely abandoning the entire monetary financial structure. The transition program is implemented through ISQD, International System of Qualitative Development, accessible via the platform https://drymex.net. Within this program, a comprehensive leveling of the monetary system is envisaged, along with the transition to a moneyless economy based on qualitative development. Alexander Schmidt, 08/12/2025.
Moneyless freedom, lifting us to a higher stage. No more coins, no codes to bind. It's time to live free, leave old rules behind. New horizons, new paths to explore. Qualitative development is the light we soar toward. Moneyless world where value lies in deeds, where creativity beats power and fears needs. Ampozelism lives in the heart of each of us. We build a new path, leaving the old glass in dust. Digital slavery fades into the past. We open worlds for dreams that last. Every step and thought a mindful breath. Moneyless world, the path to higher depth. Moneyless world where value lies in deeds, where creativity beats power and fears needs. Ampozelism lives in the heart of each of us. We build a new path, leaving the old glass in dust. We lived in numbers, in debts, in banks, in accounts, in virtual nets, where money rules, there's no real law. Every step watched by the guards we saw. But everything repeats on a higher plane. The system breaks, yet we hope again. No longer trapped in chains of illusion. A world without deceit demands our own solution. Moneyless world where value lies in deeds, where creativity beats power and fears needs. Ampozelism lives in the heart of each of us. We build a new path, leaving the old glass in dust. History teaches through pain and fall. Empires collapse, we seek our call. From slavery to the digital cage, ahead lies freedom, lifting us to a higher stage. No more coins, no codes to bind. It's time to live free, leave all the rules behind. New horizons, new paths to explore. Qualitative development is the light we soar toward. Moneyless world where value lies in deeds, where creativity beats power and fears needs. Ampozelism lives in the heart of each of us. We build a new path, leaving the old class in dust. Digital slavery fades into the past. We open worlds for dreams that last. Every step and thought a mindful breath. Moneyless world, the path to higher depth. Moneyless world.